This episode of Speakers of Heidelin is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our Supreme and Master Speakers Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Circa Barrakiel, Remy Asalia, Arcadia Lunashine, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Psyche, Asuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimsdaughter, Nat Clay, Lily Black, Bob CC, Mikta Rabentau, Sapa Chakwatol, Edwin, Umbral Wind, Quick Levin, Pamela Isley, Camille Grino, Elenriel Maximus, Codrith Novelist, Mira Miri, Bay Barbale, Suno Chicano, Celeste Noitrell, Lazy Boy, A Bag of Dragonite, Luke Osborne, Pandalu Stormarrow, Tex, Yowie Wowie, Kai Lin, AJ Brainswordson, Anathus Moonscar, Arthur Law, Biridan Derard, Sidepup, Spencer Christmas, and Noy Fafnir. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/speakersxiv. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Heidelin.
Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Heidelin, episode 289. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by the full crew! It's Rollo Des, Bela Vanadar, Georgi Wiston. That's right.
My room's messy.
That's right. That's fine.
Carpet.
There is carpet. Today's episode is all about Live Letter 69. Nice.
Nice.
So that's the show. We'll also be reading a Mogmail at the end because it's related to the live letter. So that's that. Stay tuned for the post show. We'll be answering questions from the Syndicate. Yeah, that's that. Rollo's back. I don't know if there's anything else to say. Rollo's been moving. We've said that before.
Yeah.
And now he's here. He's still moving. But
yeah, and also there's a really mysterious vent there. I don't know what that does or where that goes.
That is
just a...
that's where I put the cameras.
I try to figure out what that is, Rollo.
It's just weird.
That is mysterious. All right. With that said, let's jump into recent events. Ooh. All right. And in our first recent events, automatic demolition housing update.
Yay.
We talked about how that was going to resume. But then things changed. We live in a weird time right now, and so housing demolition will also not resume, obviously because of what's happening in Ukraine. I will read the post regarding automatic housing demolition. We had originally planned to recommence the current suspended auto demolition counter on Wednesday, March 9th, 2022. I've got a bit of an echo. I don't hear it. Do you guys hear an echo?
I don't hear it.
I mean, I'm not watching
very
the stream.
slightly on the edge of hearing.
Okay. I don't know if that's my audio feed or if someone else. We had originally planned to recommence the currently suspended auto demolition counter on Wednesday, March 9th, 2022. I hear it. I do hear it. But it's not me. However, considering...
Well, I blame Rollo because he's just come back, so it must be Rollo.
I'll mute myself, and if it goes away, just tell me.
Okay. We had originally planned to recommence the currently suspended auto demolition counter on Wednesday, March 9th, 2022. However, considering the current world situation, we have decided to keep the counter suspended. As for when auto demolition will resume, we will monitor the situation in the coming days and inform you all when we have come to a decision that auto demolition can commence again. Yeah, I think that was you, Rollo. It disappeared.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. My headphones,
Maybe the audio's coming in too loud.
Maybe.
And it's just bleeding.
There's some bleed there, I guess. Right. I don't know what else to say about this. It is what it is.
It's a good move.
Yeah.
It's yeah. And anyone else can just be happy that they don't need to worry about their house as well. So
yes.
Still not a good system, I think. I think we wouldn't have this problem.
It's a
in the
bad
first place.
system when stuff like this happens, but then again, this is very extra. Like this particular situation, I don't think anyone could have.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think they'd account for war.
No.
Their game design.
I think they're very optimistic to say we'll monitor the situation in the coming days.
Yeah.
Well, they'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
They'll keep an eye on it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so there you go. That's of course happening. Now we will not talk about it here, obviously, because this is kind of where people go to forget about all the shit that's happening in the world. So this is about the only time we'll talk about it. So, all right, moving on. 6.1. The special website has been released. We're not going to talk about it because that's literally the show today, the live letter. No. So, yeah.
This is my favorite thing that they started doing at some point during Shadowbringers, where they released the special site early, and all it is just a list of features.
Yeah.
In dot point form.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's not visually appealing.
Well, it's not visually appealing.
It usually gets better, but always the first iteration is really why. But yeah, there you go. That's up and running right now. In other news, Chronicles of Light reprint. So if you didn't get this novel last time, you can get it now. It is being reprinted. We are excited to announce that the Final Fantasy XIV Chronicles of Light will be back in a new reprint edition in October 2022, a collection of 25 short stories expanding upon the rich lore of Final Fantasy XIV and featuring exclusive illustrations by Toshiyuki Itahana. So,
are they inside as well? Is it multiple illustrations or just the covers? Because I've not read the additional 4 stories.
I believe there's multiple additional illustrations inside.
I might try and grab it.
Yeah, I was thinking of picking it up this time as well. Does it come with a minion or something? Or is this one of the books that doesn't come with anything? Okay. Because I don't know what it is.
I think they've just released something
it does not come with anything.
Trying to tempt anyone.
Oh, interesting. It's unusual.
Good move.
All right. Okay. We last week we also took a look at artwork of the Lady of Light, Vana. Now, Urianger. We have some Urianger CGI artwork that's been released on the official Twitter.
This one's good.
He's so HD.
This one's way better than the ones
we were missing.
Yeah,
it is much better than the Vana one.
I agree. Yeah, looks like Urianger.
I've seen people complaining that he doesn't look as jacked as he is in game.
He never looked jacked in the trailer.
Really?
This is his trailer appearance.
Yeah,
I agree. He's never looked that big in the CGI artwork.
No.
No.
Yeah. So there you go. You can catch that on the Twitter, the Final Fantasy XIV official Twitter. Okay, that's recent events out of the way. We're not doing Mogmail. I thought I moved that. All right, it's time for Live Letter 69. Yeah,
we did it.
We did. Live Letter 69.
Just say, for 69,
yeah,
very underwhelming.
Yeah. Not as sexy as it could have been.
Perhaps the most filler. Well, this is always the case for part ones. They're always like this.
There's a thing that I think you, Rollo, will consider appropriate for this number in this.
There is one thing, but we'll get there.
Oh, okay.
All right. So Live Letter 69 kicked off on Friday. Not translated, which meant that's good news for us. That means it's gonna be relatively short, but it was shorter than we kind of expected.
It was one of the shortest live letters I can remember in recent time. It was 2 hours, pretty much 2 hours on the dot.
Yeah.
And not a lot of that wasn't patch content as well.
Right. That's true. Moving to the first. Oh, okay. There we go. The title of the patch and the artwork was released. A newfound adventure, which.
Wow.
Yeah, they emphasized that this. They told us that this is because we're starting a new adventure. We're leaving. I mean, going by the artwork, we're sort of leaving all our previous adventures behind, starting a new one. As an adventure,
I love the artwork.
The artwork is very good. He's
I
wearing a
don't know
backpack.
if I like the name yet, but
yeah,
fine.
You have a problem with the name. Can you explain why you don't like the name, Mela?
I think it doesn't necessarily feel like it follows some of their conventional schemes. It's very out there. It's like they're all like, as goes light, so goes darkness, and
it's not as poetic.
Years of change and whatever. It's just new story.
Right. Yeah.
But it's fine because it is what it. I mean, it's like Ron Seal. It does what it says.
Remember, Mela, 2.3 was just Defenders of Eorzea.
That's true.
Maybe, yeah. I think maybe this might be on purpose because it's not poetic. It's not. We're literally just scratch. We're all starting from scratch.
It's simple. We're gonna maybe help out a little merchant because he broke some eggs. So.
And also,
I love that.
Yeah, go on.
I like how content he looks in most of these, and then in the warrior ones, it's like, ah!
Yeah. Also, I have to mention that the letters are in the A Realm Reborn style, which is interesting. It's kind of how it's how it started.
Back to basics.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hanging around Limsa again.
Yes.
Why has 1.0 Warrior of Light always been just portrayed as an archer? Because we know that there is artwork of him as a gladiator at the very least.
Well, I
made the specific comparison.
Yeah, because 1.0 was like the poster boy of like, you're able to change your class here. Like this game, fluid. You can just switch. It was never fluid, by the way, but you can use all classes on one character, I think, which is why he was portrayed as a gladiator in some of the artwork. But in the trailer, he is an archer.
I don't like that Stormblood gets 2 pictures.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's fucked.
It always
I know
has.
it's always been like that, but was it because it was 2 continents? They just
well, because there was 2 outfits or 2 jobs in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Unfair.
Speaking of outfits, I do hope we get this outfit as like a thing. Looks very nice. It's kind of like a Roman gladiator thing going on almost with a little I don't know what it's called.
I have to say, like, below the waist, it kind of looks like a 1.0 outfit.
Kind of, which I kind of like.
The 1.0 adventuring outfit.
Yeah.
It's super basic.
It
fits into the world better than anything.
He has a cape as well, which cape physics. Are we? Well,
good one.
Because that cape, if we get that in game, is going to be stuck to the back of your legs. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I like it. But a lot of people have been talking about the backpack. Maybe we are getting backpacks.
I don't know about that one.
That would be
sure.
One's a stretch.
I mean, it'll be a fashion accessory.
Anything that they can sell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't think it'll be something you can sell. It might be just the thing you get at the end, like Tataru gives it to us.
Yeah, but that unlocks the future potential of sales.
Oh yes.
Ka-ching. Okay.
He has a little communicator to talk to the Enterprise as well.
He does. He does have that on there. That's good. So that might be a bit of a spoiler for the future. Maybe we'll be crossover with what is the current Star Trek Discovery? There you go. Picard. Oh yeah, there's Picard as well. Yeah, there's Picard as well.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Yeah, main scenario. They said new chapter begins. We're starting over. Not starting over, but we're starting a new adventure. They showed us this picture with Tataru and some massive donuts.
Oh my
HD
god.
muffins.
Yeah, that chocolate donut is like the size. It's bigger than Tataru's head. So that's interesting. But yeah, that's Tataru. And we also have this, which has been.
What's he giving you?
He wants to go treasure hunting with you.
A lot of it. There was, at least when we were covering this, a lot of people were hoping that this would mean we're getting a map. Like just a map of somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be Mericidia. Maybe it's Ilsabard.
Oh.
Maybe it's because they've done this before without actually giving us the real map. Like when we did Return to Evil East, when Fran just casually shows us like this part of Dalmasca that's been clouded over. Maybe that's happening here. But that's a big piece of paper.
He's just written a letter and he's got very big handwriting.
Big.
You can see how proud he is in his face. Like, look what I've done.
Yeah.
His neck just looks so long.
It does.
I wish his
massive.
chin blended in even better, so it just like a really long neck.
Someone blurred his chin.
It, yeah.
I mean, Lakil has compressed this image a bit, so
yes,
it is thinner, making him look even more gangly than he normally would.
That's
be.
Like Earthworm Jim.
This of course has been memed to death because they've removed the scroll.
I imagine, and dread.
Yeah, you can dread. There's a lot, but there's a lot of innocent ones. I don't think I've actually seen any of the not safe for work ones.
No, I haven't seen any horrible ones yet.
No.
That's good.
Oh.
Are you there, Lucio?
I mean,
hello?
That was a lag spike.
Oh, that was a big lag spike. Okay. Yes, so that's what they showed us for this. So it confirms Tataru and it confirms Estinian.
Which is weird because when we talked about like next steps, I would never have really guessed Estinian. Maybe Tataru's just like the base camp person because she just stays behind, doesn't she?
Yeah.
But to go to Estinian?
I would expect. I mean, he has teased that Vritra had something waiting for him that he hadn't told him, so.
That's true. It was probably the one I least expected out of all of the.
Yeah, I think we even said when we were talking about this initially that we thought he might not even be a main scenario candidate at all, but he would be like side quest.
Yeah.
I had Estinian above Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger.
Oh yeah, Thancred and Urianger were just wandering. So
they were just wandering. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, they're not really tied to any place.
I think most people would have expected the twins.
The twins was what we were expecting. Yeah. So this is interesting.
Interesting.
Okay. Speaking of Tataru's grand endeavor was teased with a. I don't know if it really helped us much. They did give us some information, but it was. This is what he said.
No.
Yoshida...
I don't like this face.
Yoshida says, in the end of 6.0, we had everyone gather that the Warrior of Light saved and helped throughout their adventures. So this side quest line will somewhat focus on showing them appreciation for showing up in the end to support us.
This kind of feels like it will be in a similar vein as post-Moogle quests. Because it sounds like we will be revisiting NPCs we have previously interacted with.
We're going to get character lore in this quest line, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Either that or it's like a crafting gathering quest series because she has her new shop.
That's... I mean, we don't know what the overarching story here is going to be, but this ties kind of in with another feature that we're going to get to. Which has Tataru listed in it, almost as a clue.
Well, only Tataru.
Yeah,
what we've seen.
Yeah. They also show. Nope, I think that slide is just missing from our notes. But new role quests, which they have announced. Whoa. There is a finisher. There's a final role quest. For after you have completed all the job quests or role quests. Sorry. Mm-hmm. This will take place in Garlemald, it seems.
Yuri, Fordola.
Yeah.
Loser.
Fortunal, and Loser in the middle there.
Yeah, God, I hated her Laurel quest. So I just finished that I think 2 weeks ago or something like that. I put it off so much. I was like, I I hate this quest line so much.
Is boring. Yeah.
She's such a yawner, isn't she, Rollo?
We're probably going to review the role quests in a later one when we do this final one as well. So hold off on your complaints for a while, Rollo.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Melbub and Estini boy.
Yeah, Melbub, Estinian.
Emmerich, Eden, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Emmerich.
Yes.
Of course. That's that. Makes sense that they're all there because that's what the job quest NPCs are.
With Fortuno?
With Fortuno, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to the tribal quests. That's what they're calling beast tribes now. They are being renamed to tribal quests from patch 6.2. That's important to note that they will not change the name of the quests pre-Endwalker.
Shadowbring.
Oh, was it Shadowbringers? I don't remember. No, it was Endwalker.
It's like patch 6. It's like patch 5.5, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because at some point, I mean, up until then, it makes sense for the city-states of Eorzea to refer to them as beast tribes because that was what they called them. And then they realized in the MSQ that maybe that's not great to call them that, and so they stop after that, which I like. That's lore appropriate. The rename, however, will not happen until patch 6.2 for the other beast tribes. But I think the new tribal quest will obviously be called tribal quests, right? They won't be called beast tribes. So that's the Arkasodara tribe quests for battle classes and jobs.
So for leveling.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Depends how good the XP is. They're usually decent. The fairy people were good.
The pixies were very good.
That's true. Yeah.
So this will be a nice side project.
Yeah. Important to note that you need to complete 2 Thavnir quests, Stepchild and What's in a Parent.
Quest lines, yeah.
Sorry, quest lines.
Chat's bringing up the idea of rebuilding the hatchery. That's very exciting. I'd love that if that's what we're doing.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Be cute.
Yeah.
Interesting that both the quest lines are familial related.
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Stepchild is not familiar related if you've actually done it.
Well, no, but name-wise.
The name is, but yeah.
Oh, yes. Right, yeah.
They laughed at her.
They laughed. Well, they were like, here's a photo, and that's it. That's it for the tribe.
They weren't laughing in the same way that you guys would laugh at a picture of a Matanga. They laugh because it's non-contextual.
Yeah.
Look at her fingernails.
I hate them. Go away.
Yeah.
That was very racist, Roller.
Sorry.
Okay, so that's the beast. The tribal quests. Hildebrand.
Oh.
Yeah, Hildebrand's coming back. It's been a long time since we last met Hildy. Stormblood. End of Stormblood. So they showed a picture here.
2018?
Yeah. It would be 2018. God, it's been so long. If you've finished the current Hildebrand questline, this makes sense. So we're not going to spoil anything about that, but there you go. I don't know if there's anything else to say about that. Hildebrand's back. Everyone's happy. Don't think
Apparently
anyone...
Yoshi-P got a lot of questions about it.
Yeah.
In almost every interview.
Yeah.
So here he is.
Which he always frames that as like an annoyance. But Yoshi-P, did you do the last quest of Hildebrand? It literally ends with essentially a promise of a continuation. It's a cliffhanger.
I mean, every Hildebrand ends with a promise of a continuation.
True. But this one especially, considering what the expansion that followed was.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. This one was surprising.
This is weird.
An Omega storyline. Beyond the Rift.
I'm super interested in this, actually.
Outside of his dimension.
Mm-hmm. Yoshida said, once you clear the Omega Raid story and you play through the Ultima Thule story from 6.0, we felt like we could add a quest that clarifies a little more on the connections made there. So
I found that a weird thing to say, because Ultima Thule really cleverly built up the fact that they invaded the Dragon World.
Yeah.
And I don't think much more needed to be said about it, but I mean, I'm okay with more lore on it, because it is quite nebulous.
The question of Ultima Thule is, like, how real are the people there?
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Because Stigmascape, the Stigma Dreamscape, is entirely about how the Omicrons are going to invade Aetheris. So seemingly they can leave the Ultima Thule space.
Mm-hmm.
So have they actually been recreated? Did Meteon recreate 3 dead races?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe.
I guess
I always felt.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like they were just, because it's all dynamis there, isn't it? So it's all emotion. So it felt like these were the saddest of the 3 she found, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, we'll keep them here.
Yeah.
If they actually were real, that would be.
Well, if they weren't, they have to be real, because otherwise we would have no interest in stopping the Stigma Dreamscape.
It's true again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If it's purely a hypothetical that exists only in Ultima Thule, then they're no threat to us. But apparently they are.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the questline will tell us. So there you go. Omega Beyond the Rift. This one will... Oh, right. New dungeon. Secret. Well, I mean... They said they couldn't give us the title because it would reveal too much. So...
Yeah, because it's just going to say Mericidia.
Don't you fucking... Stop saying that. That's
so... every continent we haven't been to.
You stop that, Georgi Whiston.
That is...
I don't want this.
No.
I absolutely don't want this. I just think it's a funny idea that would be like one of the worst things they could possibly do.
Mm-hmm.
What if it just said Vilbrand 2?
Vilbrand 2.
Vilbrand 2. That would be...
What if it's the Void? Now it's not just a continent, Georgi. It's the whole shard has been relegated to dungeon status. How's that been?
I thought we were going back to simple adventures.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's true. What if it... Sastasha Seagrot again.
I would love it if it's...
Shpochet.
You know, there's something we haven't really talked about, like, in terms of, like, going back to the adventure. There's so much that we can be doing now. Like, listen, Gelmora is...
No, it's not happening.
Gelmora is just there, and maybe we're like, hey,
you know, that has enough O's for Gelmora.
Yeah, right? So maybe... I feel like, because now we have nothing is tying us down. We can do whatever we want. And Yoshi-P said it himself. We can go to anything that's ever been mentioned before. Gelmora's been mentioned many times.
Well, that may be the case, but I'm pretty sure that this dungeon will be somewhere in the Ilsbardian region, because we're heading towards Estinian.
What if Gelmora stretched all the way to Ilsabard? And that's how
I seriously doubt that.
the Garleans got to Ilsabard, because they kept digging and digging, and then all the Eorzeans were behind them going, ha ha, no magic, and they just keep digging, and then they found Ilsabard, and they're like, oh, it's too cold here, we're leaving.
God, that would be a plot twist.
That's the greatest lore dump ever. That'd be so amazing.
All right. Anyways, whatever that is, we don't know. They revealed the new trial, which
the name of it.
Yeah. The end singer's aria. We expected the end singer to be
the extreme version.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And
cool.
They did the whole spiel with the like, oh, it's so difficult. And they're like, and all the devs said, we need to nerf it. And I said, no, sir. Keep it this hard. We must. So prepare for the usual difficulty extreme trial.
Very...
Yeah?
Yes, really?
I was just saying there's going to be another exploding planet. That's it.
Yeah.
They throw one more in
3
for
of them.
fun.
Yeah. 3.
He said something very like circular and like it doesn't really mean anything. Where he said that if you understand these mechanics, this should be easy for you.
Which again goes
That
for
can be a
every
lot
fight.
of
So all right. Yeah. Okay. Moving on now. Oh yes. No. This isn't. This is less exciting, but also I mean it is exciting. Unreal Trial Ultima's Bane, which
It's a good trial.
He's kind of compared to just the original Extreme. Not. It was never called Extreme, was it? It was called Ultima's Bane.
Minstrel's Ballad.
Yeah, Minstrel's
It was
Ballad.
the first
Ultima's
Minstrel's
Bane.
Ballad.
Yeah. He compared it to that at launch, which was quite fun when it came out. And because it was a new concept, I guess it was extra fun. But yeah,
Definitely better than Shiva.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Even
Well,
Leviathan,
remember the last
lol.
one? Yeah.
Leviathan was the previous one.
Leviathan
That's
has
the last one.
worst trial in the
It's
game.
some of
by
the
far.
worst ones.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. Yeah, so look forward to that, but again, no information. Now this caught my attention, of course. Myths of the Realm. Not just because they mentioned it, they gave us a fucking screenshot.
This was not to like put a damper on the rest of the live letter, but this was probably the peak in terms of reveals. We worked it out though. We're happy what this is, aren't we?
Yeah, this is
This is the Heaven of Lightning. It has to be.
It is the Heaven of Lightning. So, there is one thing that's extremely intriguing, and that's there's a symbol on this tower.
Yeah, it's impossible to see. They've blurred it out.
We can't really see what it is, but we can tell from here that it's not any of the gods' current symbols. But a theory could be that this is the original seal or the original symbol that over time is just, changed.
Simplified. Or
Like, for
something.
instance, don't we have an example of... Because symbols for the gods have changed in... Was it Mericidia? No. We have... I can't remember right now off the top of my head. Chat, help. Is it a Zem? Well, we already know that a Zem has a different symbol in the...
Zem is different than a Zem,
yeah,
for sure.
but that means... Okay, so that's a theory that we've all just accepted to be true.
It might
not be true. That a Zem is...
Because this is where we find out, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The question then, if this is the Heaven of Lightning,
Yeah.
how this is a 3-part 24-man, are we getting only like 3 Heaven Hells, or is this just one part of...
It could be split into 2 sections. I mean, all the Evilist raids had the section that looked like a 12 section and a section that looked like a tactics section.
True. Maybe we get the Heaven and the Hell, or maybe we just get like 2 heavens each time, or a mixture.
Yeah.
With different elements and such.
Yeah. So definitely, if this is the Heaven of Lightning, then obviously we have Ralgar here, right? Isn't that his element?
It's Spyrogot and Ralgar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got all the griffins too, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's very Alamegan.
Yes.
People were bringing this up in chat, and it was something that I've seen other people discuss as well. Do you think this is an Elpis?
I don't think so.
I don't know where it would be. Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna be maybe like story told, and we'll like use our imagination to transport here.
It wouldn't make sense that it was an Elpis, would it? Because they became the 12 when they came to like the Sundered world, right? That's when...
Do we know that?
Well, that's the current theory. We don't know, obviously. We don't know until this comes
Emmett
out.
Stark said you will find the truth of your 12, implying that there was obviously something before that, but not necessarily the 12.
Yeah, is it just called the Spire? Because it's powered by the 11 bolts of... Was it Ralgar?
It's just a clockwork tower
built by
Spyrogot.
powered by Ralgar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
That's cool either way.
This is
I'm
exciting.
excited. But yeah, I'm interested to see what, like... Because it's only 3 parts. Would it have to be 2 elements each time?
Yes,
if we're going to sort of get through everything.
That's what I think they'll do. We'll fight Baragot and Ralgar. If we're fighting them, we don't even know that, to be honest.
That would be cool.
But
in like the original form, oh my god, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
They're going to be really buff and like real fit, you know, just like glistening with sweat.
Yes.
I mean, if they're in Elpis, that'll just be like little ancients that transform themselves.
Yeah,
but they're listen, they can be as like prudish as they want in a little robe, but we all know underneath, like they can really do some stuff, like when they transform.
Yeah, that's true.
They can, although it's considered vulgar.
Wouldn't it be really sad if we enter, like, there's all this anticipation. We open the door, like, oh my god, we're about to meet Ralgar. Just one of the ancients just standing there, like,
that would be disappointing.
It's like,
because then you could say, even in the end, kind of technically, Ascians again.
Yes.
I mean, we kind of think they are tied to the Ascians, or at least the ancients already, Mela.
Well,
God,
yes, true.
I would really hope that they weren't, though. That would be a true, like, twist. I feel like if they're not related to that at all. But
they could have just been something else entirely during the ancient days.
Yeah.
That just got brought into it.
I mean,
they could have been actual gods.
If there's Ascians, why can't there be the opposite Ascians that were like, you know, doing stuff behind the background?
Well, like
yeah, but like, you know, pro Hydaelyn stuff. Like...
Let's see. That's another thing. The 12 have never really been like
tied to
Hydaelyn. Like the general Eorzean doesn't know who Hydaelyn is. They know who the 12 is. The 12 have no relation to Hydaelyn at all. So.
That's true.
Well, that's what makes me think it is. It's like they're unsundered, just like Ascians. They think it was a good idea to sunder everyone else or everything, and so they're trying to. Maybe they were just doing a couple things to maybe keep it that way, you know. Whether it benefits Hydaelyn or not,
yeah,
whatever. But
like in the early sundering, they were helping out, whereas the Ascians were trying to hinder.
Yeah,
and they sort of they grew into this god figure.
But why did they
faded out?
Why did they fade out? That's like the big question. Is like, where did the 12 go? Yeah,
maybe they just got. Maybe they did their job. They're like, you know what? It's
we're
stable
done here.
Enough.
Well, that's what the creation myth says. That's essentially what they are. They did.
Oh,
they built a final heaven for themselves, and they were like, bye.
Ascians are ancients that choose not to move on. They allow themselves to return to the ethereal rift and then find a new body. What if the original 12, once they decided that they had finished everything they needed to, they just reincarnated, like most people do?
Right.
And then they would forget who they were.
Yeah. Possibly. We'll see. This
exciting.
This is exciting, and it comes with patch 6.1. So yeah. It's a launch thing.
I want to fight one of these sword-wielding griffins.
They'll probably be they might be ads. Yeah.
But if we're getting, potentially 4 gods per run, that'll be cool.
Okay, moving on to the ultimate, which will be added in 6.11. Dragon Song's reprise. I've covered both bases. We got some new screenshots. This is new, I think. Or not.
It's just from a different angle. It's the same arena, though.
Yeah. This is Thordan and some knights.
Thordan and some knights, 12.
Yeah.
Really interesting arena. I'm intrigued by this. Presumably, the edges will be bad for something. Like, maybe you can't step on them, or it debuffs you or something. I don't know. I'm looking forward to watching the race on this one.
That will be, I'm looking forward to that too.
Oh, and the other faces, we're going to get these boys, and that is a question mark.
This is a question mark.
We're on that one bridge. Like, all the way on the other side.
Yeah.
How do they throw us?
Final steps of faith. Also, Rosvelger with Neuralink.
Neuralink. Interesting.
Yeah, It is interesting. I mean, it'll cover the whole
black and white 3.
I mean, we're gonna see a lot of stuff from the Dragon Song War. Do you think like we'll see like Horsefant at some point in the fight, like just as a reference, maybe some text?
I hope he dies at the start every single time.
We might,
yes,
similar to how Izel and Horsefant Spirit help us throw Nidhogg's eyes in the end. They might come up during like one of the final phases.
Yeah, I think so.
It'll be the Gosetsu of this fight.
Yeah.
I could see something like that.
Yeah,
I'd love that. And you have to hide behind him to survive the mechanic.
That'd be cool.
That would be
I mean, Zel's already done that in the the Ideoscope.
True. Yeah.
But even so, that's only Thordan and the Knights 12 in old man form. Presumably, he's going to transform into actual Thordan.
Yeah.
I hope we get to fight the old man version a little bit. Like, just let you whack him.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe
I mean,
he'll
obviously, this is the opening cutscene, surely, for the fight. So he's just walking in there. Yeah.
Maybe he'll ride Nidhogg at some point.
Oh.
So Thordan, the dragons, King Thordan.
Yeah.
And then maybe some more, or maybe only that.
I theorize that there might be a Lahabrea / Ikiom phase, but we're yet to see.
It would be full ass.
And also, don't remember. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming Nidhogg will go into Estinian like form, the horrible monster form.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I
hope Nidhogg goes into that fiery phase as well.
Okay. They mentioned job adjustments, but they didn't really say anything. So that's for the next live letter. They said though that it is difficult to make big adjustments considering they're releasing an ultimate with this patch. So don't expect massive adjustments for this patch. Unfortunate for our white mages.
Yeah, I gotta work on that MP economy because it's really bad.
I went from being the king of MP to not really having it. MP is like constantly like edging at the end.
They slapped you in the face with that thin air nerf. They're like,
yeah.
One spell. That's it.
Two spells, Rollo.
Right.
2 spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is 2 spells.
I have yet to
Such an insult.
I don't really run out of MP. It's been long. I mean, unless the run I'm in is like I have to rest like a million people. I don't run out of MP, but it's always like uncomfortably low now for a white mage. You don't have much for like an unexpected death nowadays.
And then Astrologian's like, this is my MP now. I'm the MP god. Like, why?
Yes.
Yeah, Astrologians have the best MP regeneration of all the
drawing cards, Astrodyne.
Yeah.
Or is Astrodyne the one? I don't know. Whatever the self-buff is.
Not that many classes use like a proper resource anymore, though. Like, it's only the healers, summoner, and red mage, pretty much. It doesn't matter for black mages because we instantly get it back. And then everything else now used to use TP but doesn't. So
it's true.
They probably just can't be bothered.
The MP economy. And
they can't really remove MP from healers.
No, exactly.
Also, no one really thinks about them, but blue mages are very very much about MP balance when you actually play them.
That's true. Yeah, on hard content.
So no news on job adjustments, but
Dark Knight.
We'll cover that in the next layer letter, I guess. Okay, so PvP updates. There's they did not talk about this either. You've probably noticed a pattern at this point. Most of this they didn't talk about. It's this live letter, part 1s of the live letter we don't really need it. They could have just not had this and had like a normal live letter with everything in it. But anyways, this is a tease for what they're going to talk about next time. But Crystalline Conflict, which is the new PvP mode that will replace...
When did we last hear about this? Was this during the FanFest?
Is this the one that's like Dota?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
This one's going to be good.
Yeah, it replaces the Feast.
Although, actually, Rival Wings was a bit like Dota.
No, Rival Wings is more like Dota. This is more like... Payload.
Yeah, Payload.
Yes, Payload. Yeah.
They talked about. It also mentions PvP action improvements and adrenaline rush actions for each job. So
that's exciting, or at least interesting.
Yeah,
exciting
unique.
until proven otherwise.
Yes.
Yes.
They also just briefly mentioned the
This is for me.
PvP reward system.
I'm really intrigued and excited for their weird battle pass
Their
system.
battle pass
Yeah.
system. Yeah.
Season pass, battle pass. It's all
No
happening.
season passes.
Yeah, they did say no season pass, but
Yeah.
it is.
But when you get all of those, finally, I'll get like the floating chair and everything. Then I'll be like, finally, it was worth it in the end. But when it's just like one new minion,
How would you feel if it's the chair, but it has like it comes with a dunce cap that you have to wear when you use it?
like it's the chair, but it's like slightly different, like slightly less.
It's
amazing.
like slightly worse.
Yeah.
I'll live with it. I'll just be shocked they put in some effort to try and make it worse.
Okay. Yes, and that's important to note that the feast will end with patch 6.1. So
R.I.P.
last chance
Whoa!
to dip your toes into that
Voodoo
shit.
Gobblers will come back together one last time.
For our
The end.
6th match.
That's so
We need
sad.
to end on a positive ratio. We're like 50-50 or something like
That's
right
true.
now.
Yeah.
Whoever plays against us, lose on purpose, please. It's not win trading because there's nothing to win.
What
That's
Mela
true.
said is that's true. That's true. Okay. Yeah, new custom deliveries.
God.
Is Emilian's Levieux.
This could have been so good,
This
but they ruined it.
could have been good, but it is good. I like that she's the custom deliveries NPC because it means we're going to get a lot of lore dumps on the twins, probably, and their family, and maybe even, dare I say, Louis Soir. So
Yes,
I'm very
but we
hyped
know
for this.
that a custom deliveries NPC is relegated to the background like Monago. However, because Monago didn't have Barbie doll dress-up system, she can still appear in cutscenes post that. That means Emilius will never appear again.
That is
That's the
that is
biggest
sad.
problem I have with this. The
Yeah.
implications that it has for the MSQ.
Oh no, it's worth it for all the degenerates who want to dress her in the 2B outfit.
Like this one.
What?
I'm gonna dress up your mom, Alfie.
Alright.
Awful. I hate this system so much.
It is really
and they call it a
stupid.
reward.
They call it a reward, which
It's so creepy.
It's such a
this
weird
weirds
system.
me out. I don't get this. Like,
I hate it.
Okay, well,
Look at
whatever.
her, she looks terrified.
She does.
She does look terrified. Imagine if they tease this. I'd love if this is the case because I think it would infuriate so many people. But like, unlike the others, you get like 5 outfits you can dress her up in, and they're presets.
Oh, I would like
I'm
that.
okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd like that. Lore appropriate.
Because I mean, in this picture, she is wearing the same thing as the person assisting her in the last one.
Mhm.
Maybe is not dressed up. Maybe they're trying to trick you, and like she just
you're
wants to
right.
get to know what it's like
Maybe
to
this-
live as a servant.
This
Oh,
might be a
Yogi,
picture
please.
from like a cutscene or something. Oh, that would be
Yes.
so. Because she even stands
Yogi,
like a
thank
butler.
you.
Look at her.
Thank you.
Oh, this
You
is
could've Yeah,
calmed
changed
my
it.
nerves.
Her pose is different to what she would normally.
Because they never said that
They didn't say, but we just
that you would be
assumed.
able to give her new clothes, did they? So,
Yogi, you're a hero right now if this is true.
oh, please be
I mean,
true.
I'm trying to be as positive as possible, as optimistic. I fear the worst.
Yeah, I
but
do
I
feel.
hope-
Yeah.
I hope
sort
my
of buy
theories are
it, though,
correct.
because she does feel like someone who would want to get to know the staff and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she talks about it something like that in one of the cutscenes. So
She does.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what? That makes this is starting to make more and more sense.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Take
for
that,
calming
Rollo.
my nerves.
This is cope, nothing but cope.
No, because
It is.
I mean, it is
cope.
obviously cope,
It's
but
cope.
you know, the fact that she even stands like a servant here makes me think that there might be some credence to this idea.
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving on. Plots.
This is cool. Oh wait, no.
Wait. Oh, we're talking about plots? Oh,
put
sorry,
this
we're
in the
talking
show
about
notes.
plots. I put. Sorry, they're not in the show notes.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah. So
But this isn't as exciting.
this isn't exciting, so we're just gonna brush by it. But yeah, because we talked about this last episode or 2 episodes ago. We talked about the Imperium stuff. Nothing to talk about.
Put in a bid on the plot I liked, and if I get it, I get it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Get your money
Adventure.
back.
Adventure plates. this was annoying because
this is hype.
Well, it was hype, but it was annoying what they said because they were like, "Oh, adventure plates."
Oh yeah, it was very.
This is like the second time they bring it up, or third. I don't know how many times they brought it up, but at least twice. And I thought, okay, we're gonna see an example of what it looks like because it also has customizable character portraits, which we did not hear about last time, which is exciting. What does that mean? And he essentially said they weren't done. It didn't look like they were done yet, so he couldn't show us a picture of it. He didn't even think they would be done until mid-April, which is like patch release. So okay,
until the deadline.
Yeah. So there you go. But at least we have the new name for it. It was known as calling cards initially, but now they've landed on a name: Adventure.
You know what I'm thinking it's going to be?
What?
It's going to be a website like on the Lodestone. You go to it, and then you can just pick like 5 different facial expressions of your character that just pull from the Lodestone.
I think so too.
And then all you can do with it is just put it in your signature on the form or something.
It's a forum signature. I love that. Like very 2005. I love that.
You can put in a little quote. You can put Sephiroth in the background too.
At least get some rich Discord integration.
Oh no! What? Sorry? No. Or maybe even the companion app.
Companion app integration.
This is meant to be the search info update.
We're destroying this for Mail. Mail is looking forward to this so much. Yeah, no, I think it'll be pretty cool, but I don't have any idea of what it's going to look like because
we have a Goo background, and that's it.
All right.
Yeah, the only thing I've thought the whole time is that this new adventure plate backgrounds are the seasonal event rewards for the next year.
I think that's a good guess. Yeah.
And some achievements we'll give them as well, probably.
Mm-hmm.
It should be like how it is in Monster Hunter, where you just make like your little postcard of yourself and some of your stats, and then you can pick a little pose for your character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's they probably stole it from that sort of.
Oh my god,
anyway.
Yoshi-P, if there's like an achievement thing, like give legacy players their own like background, just like.
Why do you...
Legacy players don't deserve it.
That'll make people so angry.
I'm not against that, but also, when was the last time they gave legacy players anything?
That's true. They only take from us now.
It's going to be a fucking picture of a lollipop in the background because you were goddamn suckers for playing that game.
Fuck. All right.
That's true.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. This is exciting. The Unending Codex.
Very interesting.
This is what we were talking about with the quest line with Tataru. Rollo, do you have anything to add here?
No, I'm
I thought you were going to say something. This they said was going to this. At first glance, you might think it's a bestiary, but it's not. It is an NPC. It's an NPC bestiary. Essentially, it's a codex full of NPC information.
A glossary.
A glossary.
Yeah.
It's a glossary.
Well, it has a picture of people, and then it has a picture of ...
Yeah. So I think this is going
like
to
the 12.
This is the foundations of what could eventually evolve into bestiary. I think now that we have the system, at some point we can get it.
There'll be a third tab for monsters.
Yeah, I was going to say it's very much a thing where eventually they could add something at the top that just says people, monsters.
Yes.
Maybe other categories as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopeful it's called the Unending Codex because it implies it's going to be further updated as we go up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Related to Unending Journey, I guess. Is it following on that weird trend?
Yeah. Yeah. It has. I think they said it would add NPCs that you've encountered from 6.0 at launch, and then they would continuously add to it to update it over time.
Oh yeah, that's very 14.
I think the next tab explains that.
Oh yeah, sorry. Let's move on. It's a glossary.
To just chuck something together, add in a little bit, and then build on it for the next 4 years.
Yeah. It's unlocked in the main scenario of patch 6.1 and added to your collection with new entries added as the story unfolds. All characters and terms will not be immediately available.
I hope that it defaults to being the top of your collections entry, because I feel as if the top of your collections entry forever defaults to the thing we got from
Nier?
Nier, the Yorha raids, I'll be very annoyed.
Yeah.
You don't want the yokai compendium at top.
Well, can you pull the collections thing out and make it like a...
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so there's at least that, I guess. Yeah, well, I'm excited for this. We'll get some lore. And it feels like it was made for me, someone who forgets an NPC the moment I turn around from it. So it'd be nice to have something to open up and look at. Okay, now... okay. Data center travel. Patch 6.18.
Not as long as we thought it would be, but...
No. But they did...
interesting way to describe it.
They worried us when they showed this slide, because they said, we're not going to talk about it right now. That's going to be part 2. And we're like, that's going to be the whole second part. That did not turn out to be true. No.
6.18.
6.18, yeah. We'll get back to this. So moving on to miscellaneous. New Game Plus, we expect that. 6.0 and portion of 6.1 being added.
Portion of 6.1.
6.1 surprises me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's unusual.
Well, a portion of it is a weird
Yeah,
thing
portion as well.
Because of the 1.5, I guess, or what?
Actually,
no, there isn't usually extra story, so that's only at 5.5.
No.
I guess.
Oh yeah, it could be the role quest.
Oh,
That's
maybe.
true.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, new Rothgar hairstyles. It says Rothgar, but it also includes Viera. Rothgar and Viera.
Why didn't they just write down Viera too?
They forgot. Right?
They apparently forgot to put it in.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's there's still no word on if that means they can just go to the esthetician and get a new haircut, or if they have to get a new head. But
I hope not.
I hope it's the former.
Got
I
a
hope they
pop
show a
page.
choice.
Yeah. More glamour plates and locations where they can be used, and that they specify that you can use them in every sanctuary now. Which
And then they added on
well, yeah, and
some
then
exceptions.
asterisks started appearing as they were talking. We get 5 extra plates, so 20 total.
Wow.
And you can change them where you get rested EXP. There are a few exceptions, but not too many.
There you go. There's 5 extra
Yeah, 5 extra plates.
plates. That's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
No, sadly, but they're doing the best they can.
I
would
hope
say-
so.
I would say 30 is like a minimum.
I think 30 is the goal.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
because that gives you enough to have like one for every job, including crafters and gatherers, and a couple extras.
Yes. And they're also trying to double the glamour dresser from 400 slots to 800, but that will not be until 6.2.
It's a pretty significant change.
They are.
That's a significant jump, but it's clear that they're committed to this system rather than attempting a comprehensive actual glamour system.
Oh, I love how angry Mailer is about this.
I just think it would improve the game so much.
Mhm.
It would, but they can't. So
Yeah.
they got to make do. Also, have you guys hit the limit at all on your glamour dressers?
Yes, I finally hit the limit in 6.0 Rollo.
I don't think
Really?
I have.
I haven't, but I don't make use of it that much.
I always forget.
I have a lot of default gear sets now. Like
Yeah.
crafters and gatherers are just default.
Mhm.
I'm at 250 now, I think. For my glamour dresser.
You're much more judicious with what you put in your glamour dresser.
Yeah, because I don't know. I have to really like it. If it's something I can get really easily, I don't put it in there.
Right.
Rollo has a 3-person panel for each.
I agree.
decision-making.
Most dungeon gear that I really like goes straight into glamour dresser because I don't want farm gear in the dungeon.
Oh, it's so much like work to get to the glamour dresser. I have to get to an in room and
You can also go to the
Your
barracks.
Grand
again.
Company.
Yeah, you get the Grand Company teleporter thing, and then you just run straight in there.
oh, I could do that. You're right.
That's
Forget about the glamour dresser. There's fucking that place.
Your squadrons? How could you? You're their loyal commander.
okay.
Yeah, I like them more when they can bring me back materia that is higher than level 4.
Yeah.
Man, that system's never going to get updated because
they said that they're essentially abandoning it. We discussed this last week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or the week before.
Yeah, they did say that.
Thank God Cecily's going.
Well, they're still useful for getting random shit like
they are useful for that.
XP buffs. I farmed a lot of those before Endwalker came out because I was like, I don't want to use the grade 3 buffs just yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
They might keep the squadron system in the sense that like the sending them off to missions, just not the going into dungeons with them.
Yeah.
Why not just incorporate it into ventures?
Yeah, I agree. We already have a system for it. Yeah. Retainers are essentially doing it.
You got to train them.
You do have to train. Well, I mean, you have to train retainers too.
You do.
You have to level
you have to level them and gear them.
Yeah.
So it's essentially the same system.
It's tied to a different system though, because it is tied to your Grand Company rank. I don't know if they can easily untangle those things.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, that's what I mean. They can just remove squadrons, and that will be
chuck in the rewards into ventures.
Move the rewards to ventures. So, I mean,
I like my little dress-up squadron. I have them in funny outfits.
I don't think they're going to go away though. I feel like there's going to be one of those abandoned.
That's my opinion.
Abandoned things. They'll just be there.
One of many.
They might keep working on the mission part, in the sense that like that's where you keep going to get your Grand Company rank up.
Well, yeah,
that's where
they can't get rid of it.
They are tied. Yeah, they're tied to your Grand Company rank for the last 3 steps.
Yeah, so there'll be a lot of people who would never get to captain if they.
Well, I mean, obviously, you're making it sound harder. They could just remove that as a requirement for leveling up and just have you pay.
Yeah, but what would
seals.
they make a requirement then?
Pay seals like you did originally. You would pay seals to rank
So
up.
shit.
I know, but it's easy.
I think squadrons are fine as it is. It's a fun little diversion.
Yeah, I don't see why they would need to remove them.
Maybe boost XP gain because it does take a little while.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
Double XP gain.
I just don't know if I will ever see like squadron updates in the patch notes anymore. That would be weird. But,
no, I agree.
Yeah. They're going the way of Guild Hest. Just there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we also need to talk about that last bit. No, sorry, we need to move on to another plate. Sorry, there we go. Slide. Ability to try on items from the Final Fantasy XIV online store.
Whoa!
Wow.
Took him a while.
Yes.
Listen to this guy. Woo.
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm spending $7 an outfit, at least let me see what it looks like.
That's fair.
On that end, it's fine, but it means we are moving ever closer to a point where the store is just in the game. And there is now this is a slippery slope, and we've gone down this slippery slope for a while, to be honest. But now we're.
I will say though.
Yeah.
Oh, the UI team really pulled out all the stops for this one.
It's so ugly.
It's the best UI I've probably
horrendous.
seen in manage the game for years.
It is
like the new achievement window looks like cack compared to this. This is so
yeah, it's weird in this new era we've gone into where we get all these new cool stylized UI windows. This is just a bog standard 14 window with just text, like lines of text.
I think you have that slide to show the people.
Oh, yeah, I do? Oh, yes, I do. Sorry, here it is.
Beautiful.
The plus and minuses.
It's like a dev debug menu.
Yeah, it looks like that. What worries me... Yeah, go on.
I suspect that they just grabbed, like, the gear preview window and edited a little bit to get this.
Yes. That's what it looks like. Yoshida... Well, so also what worries me is the bottom left button, which takes you to the store. It does still open a window, so there's still that layer of separation between game and store. But there is a button. Yoshida said...
Well, the launcher can take you to the store too, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. Yoshida said, well, the launcher, I feel like, is so disconnected because you're still not technically in the game.
Yeah, the launcher.
I'm okay with it being on the launcher.
It's like the first thing you see, though, when you launch the game. It's like, new item!
I know. But that goes away after you enter the game.
I mean, and also they've added the permanent do you need a new retainer?
Yeah, the new retainer.
Underneath the play now.
Yeah. I'm kind of impressed with that new retainer thing because it loads a different retainer every time you open the launcher.
Yeah, I know.
And
It's such a weird thing to put so much effort into.
Sometimes if your internet's too slow or if there's some sort of connection issue, it won't load a retainer. So it's just like an empty space for the retainer and just the button. I'm like, oh wow, they're really layering and shit going on here. Anyways, so about this whole thing, Yoshida said, I personally don't really want to implement this feature. I know there are players who'd go as far as saying, let me buy them in-game. It makes sense from a business perspective, but I am skeptical. Which is probably why he's made it so restrictive. He says that this feature is only accessible to inns when you interact with the bed. That's why it's called dream fitting. So there we go. I think it is inevitable. I think one day the store, Yoshi-P he's on the barricades right now, but eventually he will have to yield. But I appreciate that he's trying to keep it clean for now.
That's still a while away, though.
We'll see.
I find the choice of categories so unusual. Like there's original store items, NPC costumes, Final Fantasy 13 set. Let's not forget Egg Hunt.
Egg Hunt.
And fan festival items. They're just all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. You still need to go into the in-room. There's a bit of a hassle to do it, so I'm glad. It's not being I'm not against trying the gear on. I don't need to be clear on this. I don't want to enter the game and then having it push shit at me for a game that I'm already paying for. That's what I don't want.
I think it should.
Once they implement a store, all of a sudden, there's a new currency. Maybe they'll do that shit. If they start pulling that shit. Well, we already have that. But that's off game. Like you can't spend Krista in game.
What
right?
if we can trade Gil for Krista?
Okay.
No, it would never work in this game.
That is so fucked, Mela. What the fuck are you saying? That's so cursed.
No, it wouldn't work though because crafters would have such an advantage.
Yeah. This is a very player-driven economy, so it wouldn't work.
I can see them letting you trade Krista for Gil, though.
Oh, that would be a good idea. Okay. I'm definitely down with that, Georgi. Good on you. Because now we can directly buy.
That's what I thought you said, Mela. That's what I think wouldn't work, because that would bring artificial Gil into the economy, would completely tank the whole system.
But the other way,
no one would bother crafting at that point. You just buy it.
I think that'll be the point at which they don't care about the economy.
At that,
and they still care about keeping the economy stable.
To me, that's the sign that they've given up. If that happens, where you can buy Gil, it's time to jump ship, everyone. But hopefully that will never happen. Yoshi-P is very anti-microtransactions in the game, so as long as he's at the wheel, we should be fine. Okay. New idle animations for parasols. He said that it looks so stiff sometimes, and I have to agree. The moment you equip a parasol, you just go... That's your character now. You jump like this. You walk like this. Your hand does not move. Which I think it's just the same animation as when you... Remember when... what dungeon is that? Is that Neverreap? Where you you go along the...
no,
you do that?
Salvatol.
Salvatol. Yeah. You do... I think it's literally almost the same thing. You go rigid there as well.
Why didn't they make that a mount?
I mean, it's attached to a
yeah, but they could just
tether
separate
line
it, make it fly. You know how this game works.
I think, Lukiel, you're right. They should make it like Neverreap. I want to hold umbrellas like this when you're holding up the totems. And just walk super stiff.
Yes. That's a weird way to hold an umbrella. Just holding it like a mushroom. Yeah. So we're getting new animations for that. The great quality of life that's being added. Check mark displayed on items used to obtain minions, mounts, etc. already acquired.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, hope this extends to the field notes too.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, they said etc. So we don't really know what that means, but yeah.
I don't know. It seems to only apply in certain instances. I don't know. They didn't show us any examples of it happening with things already in your inventory.
No, they showed us from the item search. Oh yeah, sorry, I should probably mention the last one as well. There's an improved market search for items used to obtain maintenance mounts, etc. as well. Mainly that mounts now have their own section, so you don't have to go through the whatever the category is for
miscellaneous.
Oh yeah, miscellaneous to look for them. So there they are, and there they show that there's a yellow tick at the item that you already have. There's also a filter, so you can hide mounts that you already have. So
sweet.
Yeah, that's good. Georgi wanted this for triple triad cards as well, a way to search triple triad cards. I agree that it's weird that it's not there.
Very good.
Okay, so this category, I thought it was just mounts, but it seems to be mounts, emotes, fashion accessories, and modern aesthetics all in one specific category by themselves.
Oh yeah, separated from the so they're all getting their own.
Miscellaneous now. What is miscellaneous now?
Yeah, that is.
I mean, it's like aged mortar.
Yeah,
it's
like all that
really
weird,
archaic items.
I think the extreme ingredients go there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
that's true.
A lot
that's
of
fair. See,
very specialist things.
The thing that made me read into this in more detail is because of the fact that it said 1 to 70. I was like, I don't think there's 70 purchasable mounts in this game yet.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, true. Okay, so that's the end of part 1. Now, we dreaded part 2 because we thought this is all going to be about data center travel. Alas, it is not.
That was interesting.
This is the section where they talk about the improvements to a Realm Reborn main scenario quests.
Oh.
So, the duty support system. This is
not to be confused with trusts.
Not to be, not the same as trust. From in the future, trusts will refer solely to the avatar leveling system. Duty support is the what is this current naming? Because we have this in the game right now, right?
It's just trusts.
It's just called trust. It's just all trust.
Everything is trust.
But we have don't we have this
it's the scenario version.
Yes, the scenario version. Yeah. So we don't have to talk too much about that. We've already talked about it, but this, I guess, is where it gets interesting. From patch 2.0 only, 4-player dungeons and trials associated with main scenario can be completed with NPCs, which we knew, but the second part, NPCs will be selected automatically according to your role. So you don't really get a say. It just picks at random.
For a Realm Reborn, at least.
For a Realm Reborn, yes. And duty support for 2.x and Heavensward Onward will be added in future patches. And so they show this picture, and they don't even have names, which is fine. It's a decent way of doing this. It also shows
how eager they are.
Yeah, they're eager.
Look at that conjurer. What the fuck happened to him?
A true conjurer right there.
He's level 15. What happened?
What happened? This is from Sestasha, Rollo. What do you want him to be?
Well, he's already realized how shitty his job is.
He looks so dead inside, like pissed off and just terrible.
He's just serious, Rollo.
And then the thaumaturge is like asking you what games you got on your phone or something. I don't know.
You got any gum?
Yeah.
It's got 3 categories at the top.
It does have 3 categories.
That's for the things, the expansion, isn't it?
Yeah, I would assume so.
But is it not? Are they not being added later? They said Heavensward Onward will be added in future
This is
patches,
probably not
got them on the UI.
It probably won't look like this on release.
Okay.
Those buttons probably won't be there, I would assume. Or maybe
they are
just
there,
empty.
They'll be like blanked out.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna go back and try them out?
I've halted my Materia playthrough, Rollo.
All right.
Just wait until this comes out now.
So this was a sign that Yoshi-P, of course, is watching. Shout out to Yoshi-P. You're watching right now. He's watching Speakers of
Nice
Ireland.
to see you, dude.
Last week, we talked about this system and how we expected Edda to show up here. And
you said it would be cool but funny and she wouldn't be able to and whatever.
Right, yeah.
Talked about it for a good few minutes.
Yeah. And now, during this presentation, he said, players were speculating maybe Edda would be part of this. But that would make the storylines very confusing and chaotic. And then he laughs.
Yeah, because he thinks we're witty as well. Thank you.
Why would it be confusing? You just have her before she goes.
Well,
but it's implied they just go off on their own adventure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, I love that.
He's frozen. I thought you were just smirking the entire time.
Yeah, I thought, wow, he really.
I'm having a picture. We're keeping that picture in our chat.
Georgi, are you still connected?
No.
Oh no. Well,
oh.
Really stop.
Oh, he's switching. He's switching us around now, I think. Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. We've lost.
All right. Well, now, okay.
The show must go on.
Where did you move us to? Now it's all yellow for me.
Oh, now he's loading.
Now he's loading. Okay. Well, this is live. This is live, everyone. There's nothing like it. Anyway, yes, let's move on.
Edda would be cool, but not necessarily make sense. But Yoshi-P is watching us. And that's not the only reason he watched us. There was something else later on.
Yeah.
Any picks for content supporters, then, that aren't Edda?
Well, we talked about Y'shtola making sense for because they said that they would because they said, okay, these are just randoms, right? But NPCs will be placed where they made sense. Y'shtola would make sense in Brayflox, I guess.
Yeah.
Which where would Hoary Boulder fit, Mela? I don't think he would.
Wondrous Palace.
Probably.
Actually, they're not doing Wondrous Palace, are they?
What?
No.
God, what's the Midgar Somber dungeon again?
Oh. Oh, there he goes.
Oh no, Yogi's broken everything now.
It's all broken. Yeah, you can see.
What is it called?
I'm drawing a blank so hard.
Oh.
Keeper of the Lake, thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, Keeper of the Lake, yes. Did Georgi come back? Okay, no. See, we've all had some internet issues lately. It's interesting. Okay, well, whatever. Rollo, you're just gonna be... I can't really fix it. Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
There you are. Okay, anyways, yes.
Professional podcast,
sorry. Yeah, they showed this picture. Oh, something's happening. This is Garuda.
Oh.
There you are.
Oh,
welcome
there
back.
he is, Georgi.
They showed Garuda as a 4-man fight with trusts. Oh, I didn't notice. Okay, now I see the healer. The healer is on the left side.
The little sugar loaf hat.
It's a little lava fell on the far left.
God, I love that they have to wear all the shitty Realm Reborn gear.
Yeah.
Even the stupid dunce cap.
Yeah.
Don't be mean this little sugar loaf.
I hope in the new patch, because it's like new adventures and we're going back to being an adventurer, we're gonna get shit like that. We're gonna get ugly 1.0 inspired
all the new
gear.
dungeon gear is just hempen gear.
Yeah, hempen shit.
It should be
beautiful.
That would be
trade in your new tomestones for some new hempen gear.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah, the toast is like RuneScape quality gear.
Yeah. They also showed this makes a lot of sense.
That's cool.
Your trusts are
we liked this one.
Free Company. The Grand Company soldiers.
I will say, I think people who go through the story like this will have a pretty nice thematic experience, or not thematic, cinematic experience.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also thematic for some things like this. It would work well.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah. They showed us the current supported duties as of 6.1. So we got Sistasha, Tamtara, Copper Bell Mines, Bowls of Ifrit, 1,000 Miles of Tudorak, Hawk Manor, Brave Flocks.
Sorry, Bowls of Ifrit.
The bowls. The bowls of Ifrit. The 1,000 Sorry, what did I say? The bowls of Ifrit. I meant to just say the Ifrit fight. The Naval, Titan. The Stone Vigil, the Howling Eye, Garuda. Castra Meridianum, the Praetorium. And the Porta Decumana, which is the ultimate weapon battle. Which is now a separate fight.
We'll never have to talk to anybody ever again.
And here is the second. This is the second sign that Yoshi-P is watching this. Shout out again to Yoshi-P, who is watching. Last week, again, we talked about Hawk Manor and how, because we were speculating about, the new trusts and all that, how no one tells new players to use return. It's very confusing for new players that you do return after the first boss, right? The second boss in the basement. And we're like, why didn't they just put a teleport there? Yoshi-P says, in Hawk, once you're done with the boss in the basement, it is normal to use return. But how is a sprout supposed to know that? So we put a teleporter in there!
You're welcome.
Once again, you are welcome, sir.
Speakers provides.
Okay, so that's those are the dungeons.
Sad. This is where it actually gets sad.
Sad for Cape Westwind.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
It's been an era.
Yeah. Yeah. So he said it was the first.
Even funnier is they've had the modern memes where people are like, "This is such a super hard fight," and they're posting all these tactics to scare sprouts.
Yeah.
That didn't even take off for long enough.
Yoshida said it was the first 8-player content, and we told players to come prepared, but without watching Claire videos or guides. And then the content was done within a minute. So goodbye to that, he said. We're changing it into a 1-player instanced battle.
So goodbye to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be a whatever decent instance
In
fight.
fairness,
sure.
though, Ratartin was supposed to be the strongest of them.
Yeah.
Of the 3.
Yeah. It was steamrolled. It's so funny.
Yeah. So there you go. Since this is not going to be Content Finder Duty, if you want to experience it, you will have to try it through New Game Plus.
Sad, but whatever.
Yeah. So then there's the complicated split of the Praetorium. Not complicated. It's only 3 pieces. It goes from being an 8-player dungeon into 3 separate duties. So the dungeon part is the start through to the Gaius battle. Then it goes into a 4-player trial with the Ultima Weapon battle, and then a solo quest battle with the La Habrea battle.
It's fine. It makes sense, but like we were saying, I assume they have to add in 2 extra quests now, or
Probably.
2 extra steps to that quest.
Something like that.
There must be some text in between, now you've got to.
Yeah.
Like this.
There can be steps. I don't think there'll be extra quests because Endwalker. The final quest for every expansion has been just 1 quest, even though it contains both the dungeon and the trial.
Yeah.
They'll have to add in new text at least, though.
Yeah.
That dungeon's still going to be really long, even if it's just to the Gaius fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming they mean the one where you fight him on the elevator.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not when he's in the Ultima Weapon.
No.
I would assume not.
No.
Well, don't worry though. You won't have to suffer it by accident in leveling or something.
True.
Bring those days back. Come on, please.
You still have to suffer through the absurdly long Nero cutscenes in that dungeon. I don't know why they thought that was a great idea.
They should still give me a big reward for that one. And in terms of XP.
Well,
I know.
Oh, changes to main scenario roulette. They are adding the Ultima Weapon battle to the main scenario roulette, but then they also say that they plan to adjust rewards received for duty roulette.
No.
I don't like that.
Increase it.
Oh, no.
Not necessarily increase.
That's going down, baby.
No, listen, it's still 45 minutes in Praetorium. Even if you take out the last 15, that's almost an hour of my time.
I agree with Rollo.
Yeah, but they're not going to increase it then.
They're not going to increase it.
They should
reducing it is unfair.
Number go down.
Number go down.
The average time is going to be shorter.
It will be shorter. Yeah. We don't know how bad the nerf to EXP is going to be, though. It might still be worth it. Hopefully, they'll do it properly. So, but also remember, the queue times for main scenario roulette might not be as good anymore because you can solo them through
It
the
won't
MSQ.
matter now.
It won't
Oh,
matter.
they're also-
Yeah,
You'll need less people as well, though.
that's true.
True.
That's true.
But if they reduce the rewards, the roulette's dead.
Yeah, that's the problem. We'll see what happens.
Maybe that's their goal.
Maybe. Because people complained, like, oh, you still do the MSQ roulette, but you still complain about it because it's like, I have to do this the best.
Not if
It's
it's
the
the
best
Moogle
roulette.
event. I don't complain when it's the Moogle event. 'cause
I've grown to like it after being kidnapped by for so long.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Okay. I think. Oh, that is it. That was. Oh yeah. Sorry. They talked about wanting to change.
Thorn
March. Good King Moggle Mog. Because as it is right now, it'll be the first 8-man that you encounter. That you have to match up with others.
Story.
Yeah, in the story. So you can. That's a rough start on matchmaking in the game if that's your first.
Over now.
Yeah, that's a hard out on the tutorial because Good King Moggle Mog is rough.
It's so forgiving compared to Extreme though. At least the normal one. And they can just they just give it the Ramu treatment on the hard mode or normal mode.
Yeah.
Please get rid of it. I don't want to do King Moggle Mog ever again.
Well, they do say that they're changing it, so possibly that might mean just major nerfing, of Good King Moggle Mog. It's an old fight. I think it'd be okay to nerf him now. He's essentially a 1.0 fight.
It's not hard. They just need to stop. They just need to make him invulnerable so you can't accidentally enrage him.
That specifically, I think, is something they would need to put in.
And if they don't do that on Extreme, then it still preserves the actually got hard content. So it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, functionally on Extreme, he doesn't really work like that anyway.
No.
Damage to him directly.
True. Okay. That's live letter 6. No, we're not done. Actually,
no, it's absolutely not.
No. We have data. Where are my slides for data center travel?
Of...
Oh god, I don't think I have them. Okay, for some reason they have not loaded in. So let me see if I can load them in. Well, we'll start with the data center travel. Not. Well, it started off with the crossword link. Wait, was it? No. Destination data center. No, hold on. Where am I?
A quick overview, just to say that this is allowing you to go between logical data centers rather than worlds within them. So you know what it is.
Logical data centers within the same physical data center.
There we go. Okay, yes. Player, and you will not be a wanderer anymore. You'll get a traveler tag if you're using data center travel. Same restrictions as world visit system, plus features such as free company chat, cross-world link shell chat, and PvP teams are restricted when using that type of travel. The cross-world,
there we go.
Yeah, this is a lot, but about the cross-world link shells, this gets a little complicated. Cross-world link shell chat is available so long as said cross-world link shell exists within a logical data center. But cross-world link shell chat will be unavailable when visiting another logical data center via DC travel.
So far makes sense.
So far, yeah. From patch 6.2, it will be possible to join cross-world link shell on other logical data centers via DC travel. So, you can, as long as you're on the same logical data center, you can use your cross-world link shell. If you move to another logical data center, you cannot use your cross-world link shell. However, you can still join cross-world link shells
thought you could
on other logical data centers.
I thought what they were saying is that you could still use that cross-world link shell if there are other people on that
We're getting to that. You're getting ahead. You're getting ahead. We're getting to it. So this is just the basic. This is how they lead us in. It's we're about to get extra slides.
Level. This is the high level.
Yeah. So now we're going further down the iceberg.
Blue sky thinking.
Oh God. Well, you have to put a pin in it for now. We're coming back to this crossworld link shell bullshit in a little bit. Keep it in mind. First, how to travel. They select a destination data center from the character selection screen. We already knew that, but here's how it looks. They had to censor the world.
Yeah, because they hadn't revealed it yet.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know why they chose that world for transfer then, if they had to censor it, but whatever. There you go. So you will be returned to the title screen during processing. This is the scary bit. The transfer cannot be cancelled, and they show that by showing this screen, which has no cancel button or anything. So you are stuck
for 30 minutes plus.
Yeah, 30 minutes
that was
plus.
The example they used.
Yeah.
That's presumably worst case scenario.
Yes, but the fact that it doesn't seem to have any system to like warn you about like queue times on the world or like the DC you're traveling to, so you don't know.
I think.
Yeah, but at that point it's too late. The transfer has started.
That's the funny thing.
So
yeah,
how does that work? Don't know. I mean, you're just stuck, I guess. I don't know what happens if you disconnect. Maybe your character gets deleted.
I hope so.
And then you do the same stuff to get back to your own data center. Yeah. So that part's pretty simple.
I'd say that's really smooth sailing.
Yeah. Now, Japanese data center expansion. This
Remember
isn't
to keep in mind the crossword link.
Yes, please keep it in your mind. We'll get back to it. So we already know this. This is what they talked about last time about the Japanese data center, that they're changing logical data centers from like 11 and 10 to 8 per logical data center. Worlds per data center. Lots of stuff coming in July. These are the current worlds. The current data centers and worlds 10, 11, 11. Now they got Meteor. That's the name of the new one. And now they have a satisfying 8888 configuration, which is what they wanted.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Perfection.
Okay, so here comes so this is what it looks like now.
They've moved 2 from Elemental and 3 from the other 2 into Meteor.
So now you might be thinking, crossworld link shell. What happens? What do? Well, after the regrouping of worlds, cross-world link shell chat may be available under certain conditions if members have moved to the Meteor data center. Okay, keep in mind what we talked about earlier with the cross-world link shell. Okay. When a member moves to the Meteor data center, a cross-world link shell with the same name will be created in the Meteor data center.
No, this makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah?
Thinking back on it. Because they're moving characters
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
from a Japanese data center into a new one, and so they're they have to copy a lot of that data over. So there'll be, if you were on Ramu on Elemental, there will now be 2 R's.
That's true. Members who have moved to a different logical data center will remain on the crossworld link shell member list, but chat is only available to those within the same logical data center. Should the master of a crossworld link shell move to a different data center, ownership will be transferred to another member automatically. Okay. So the link shell survives in the old world and is reborn on the new one. So
link shall be reborn.
Yes. So
does the link shell master thing, I think this might only work if you pay transfer though.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
So it's not quite as annoying as originally it
But
sounded.
remember from before, you're now on Meteor, but if you travel to Mana, where your original link shell is, you are back in that link shell and can now chat with people that are on that logical data center like before. So you're back in the old link shell now, from the temporarily.
Well, yeah, because this is
while
just
the reborn system. One still exists on your new. This is confusing. On your new server or a data center, logical data center. Cross-world link shell chat will also be available in the destination data center after using it. So it's the same for the people that stayed in the old world. They can travel to the new world, and everything will be like before on the new reborn link shell. It's quite simple. It's quite simple, really.
It's not as bad as I thought it was when they revealed
well,
this
the thing we thought about was the master rank. Is that if in a situation where, let's say, you have like an official link shell, like say speakers had an official link shell, and the master was on on a world that was being moved. Now some random person got the master role and now controls the official link shell. I don't think the master can travel back to that world and get the master back, right? At that point, that's...
No, I think it would automatically put them as the master of the old one. So the official one would now be split into two, and one would have the original master, and one would just be like a maverick.
I suppose that's why they showed like what worlds are going into Meteor here, so you can prepare for that. So it's not really a problem. I do like that it does. I was expecting the link shell to just die, like just get broken up because the master is left to another place. So I like that it actually keeps it on both worlds so that people can stay in touch.
That's not what happens with link shells when someone leaves a world anyway.
No, that's true, but I thought maybe if the master Okay, I guess the master leaving a link shell doesn't break it, huh? I guess, or
it just gets transferred to someone else.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. After regrouping of worlds, players can use the home world transfer service.
So, before we move on, will we be able to artificially create these multi-logical data center link shells, or is this only a weird consequence of them reorganizing data centers
or reorganizing worlds? For Japan,
because it's kind of an interesting concept of being able to have a collective cross-logical data center link shell.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's something they've only made so they can deal with this one specific issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when Europe was sundered, there weren't cross-world link shells, but if they had been back then, this must have happened then.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we've missed the boat on it in Europe. But if they ever redistribute Europe or America, it would happen for them as well on those specific. It's very odd, and they went into this for a lot of time on a thing that's only going to affect Meteor people.
Because it's a very interesting concept.
Yeah, it is. It is odd.
It's weird. It's weird that you can go back into the old one.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I mean, I guess it's a good solution. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised they were able to do it. It sounds like a lot of spaghetti they had to work through there.
That's true.
Okay, so of course this is the same stuff as before with all like new data centers and stuff. Free home world transfer, you get incentives for you get reimbursed for the full price of the estate, plus 3 million gil for non-recoverable furnishings. So that's standard stuff. Then they teased Little Ladies Day, which starts on March 14th.
Time for some like mature ghost horror.
Yeah.
Murder mystery, horrible, creepy storyline.
Yeah.
That's completely out of place.
And then just
a secondary part.
A really random like the band, like the Spice Girls. Songbirds.
Spice up your life.
And then on the final slide, they're hiring French and German translators. So
let's apply.
I'm going to apply as a contract employee hiring rather than a freelance hiring.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
Just kidding. I would never do contract work. You don't get no fucking benefits.
Ich bin Emmerich.
Rollo,
ich liebe Salt.
In the previous live event, Yoshi-P was defending contract work. That's how he was first hired at Square Enix.
Yeah. Yeah. He talked about that last time.
Bonjour, je suis...
Word for him.
Chiffon.
Bonjour, escargot.
Oh, je suis au chiffon. Oh, non, Thor, non.
Ja. Charcuterie.
I don't know how I am dying. How you say?
Ja.
We've got the job.
Ich backen das Brot im
How's your Japanese, though? Because you do need to also speak that.
Tori.
Konnichiwa.
Hi.
Inu. I've already forgotten what cat is.
Neko.
How could I?
Chinchin des.
Okay.
Rollo!
What?
Neko. And then I'll go French. Omelette du fromage.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Okay, well...
Which I think wasn't actually real French, was it?
No, I don't think so. Anyways, that's the show, everyone.
Don't think we have time for Mogmail.
I don't think we have time for Mogmail. I am so sorry. We'll do the Mogmail next week. It was hard to gauge how long this episode was going to go because it felt like we didn't have much, but then it turned out we did. So we'll do that. Well, now that we've gone through the live letter, makes more sense for you to send Mogmail about the live letter. So speakersxiv.com/Mogmail. I know the website is weird. Like sometimes it's like it's down. It's not down. Just refresh and it'll be there. I don't know what's going on. I've given up on it, kind of, but it works. I promise you. Thanks for watching. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfHeidel, and YouTube.com/SpeakersXIV, Discord and chat if you want to join a Discord server. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. Remember to send us Mogmail, SpeakersXIV.com/Mogmail, and if you're watching live, we'll be going into the post show, so make sure you catch that. We'll see you there. Goodbye.
Bye.